Snuggle Stories presents Jessica Jane and the Sugar Plum Fairy. Written by Annie Townsend. Illustrated by Linda Doyle. Poor Jessica Jane has been grounded again. Had a tantrum at lunch. It's always the same. She yelled and she screamed, "I hate eating that!" Throw beans at the window, then blamed the poor cat. So Jessica Jane was sent to her bed. For good things she threw and bad things she said. Hungry and angry and wired to the moon, poor Jessica Jane was sent to her room. Thought Jessica Jane, oh, life would be cool if I could make up the 5-a-day rules. 3 jammy Dodgers, 2 chocolatey Clairs, or 3 bags of crisps plus 2 caramel squares. No mushy veggies, no rabbit food, please. No celery, cabbage, or cauliflower cheese. No broccoli, beetroot, or stringy green beans. Please give me pink. I'm tired of these greens. I wish that a fairy, all sweetness and light, would bring back the magic into my life, cried Jessica Jane as she wept in her sleep. Please take all the sour and leave me the sweet. So Sugar Plum Fairy, please come for a spell. I'll keep you a secret I really won't tell. Oh, abracadabra, just grant me this wish, with glitter and sparkle and a silvery swish. Then all of a sudden came a warm flash of light that shimmered and fizzled like fireworks at night. And there between Dolly and Barnaby Bear was Sugar Plum Fairy with pink sparkly hair. I know that you're sad, little Jessica Jane. Your pillow is wet, you've been crying again. So just for a week, I will grant you this wish, with a wave of my wand and a silvery swish. Oh, Sugar Plum Fairy, please do what you can. Build me a mansion of lemon meringue, a honeycomb house or a tall treacle tower, a chocolate chip castle that I can devour, a peppermint palace with a marmalade moat, near a sweet honey river where chocolate swans float. If the weather's not good, I will never complain, if the snowflakes are sherbet and there's raspberry rain. No poisonous Brussels with their green slimy layers, or squidgy tomatoes or gooseberries with hairs. No crunchety carrots, just candy and treats. Just a house and a garden that's filled up with sweets, said Sugar Plum Fairy. I'll come for a spell to bring you sweet magic and glitter as well. I'll make your life sparkle so syrupy and sweet, but remember the spell only lasts for a week. Then Sugar Plum Fairy danced down the stair, sprinkling words like sweetness and joy in the air. She spun around twice like a candy floss top, and Jessica Jane thought she never would stop. With a silvery swish and the wave of her wand, a sweet scent of honey, and then she was gone, and the golden air glowed with a syrupy light, and the moon winked at Jessica Jane in the night. When Jessica Jane then opened her eyes, her pillows had turned into blueberry pies. A pink meringue mattress on a marshmallow bed? I don't think I'll sleep, I'll just eat them instead. A butterscotch bedroom? What more do I need? Laughed Jessica Jane with a whoop and a shriek. So she munched all her bedroom, her parents' room too, and she licked all the walls of tiramisu. Then she stayed in the bathroom for over an hour, as sweet sugar icing poured out of the shower, and she gobbled the bath, which was made of banaffy, and the taps were all running with sweet treacle toffee. There was black currant soap and sherbet shampoo, so she glugged it all down and had a good chew. With a crunchety munchety gobbly glug, she ate the wash basin and even the plug. Jessica bounced down the syrup sponge stairs, eating candy floss cobwebs that clung to her hair. There were fudge-frosted windows and caramel doors, and donuts for doorknobs and custard cream floors. She threw herself onto a Swiss roll satay and licked all the jam from her toes to her knees. Now I must see the garden, cried Jessica Jane. I'll have pudding outside in the raspberry rain. How delicious, shrieked Jessica. even more yummy, a white chocolate fountain all melted and runny. There were butterscotch bushes and tall toffee trees, and lollipop flowers nodding heads in the breeze. A rocky road path wound its way to a stream, flowing and glowing with vanilla ice cream, and licorice leaves that tickled her knees. She ate seconds and thirds and fourths, if you please. Cried Jessica Jane. Oh, I'm fuller than full. I don't think I eat quite so much as a rule. I feel a bit yucky, she moaned with a shiver, so I'll take a quick drink from this lemonade river. But the chocolate flake fence made her dizzy and funny, and she then had a terrible pain in her tummy. After gobbling up all of the gingerbread gate, then her poor toothy peg started to ache. Oh, Sugar Plum Fairy, please hurry back quick, moaned Jessica Jane. I feel kind of sick. I'm so tired of hiccups and pains in my tummy, and toothache and jaw ache and sugar and honey. How I miss juicy carrots and salad for lunch. Oh, a fresh shiny apple I'd so like to munch. My face is all splotty, my clothes feel so tight. So Sugar Plum Fairy, make everything right. Then a snowstorm of sparkles swirled through the air, and the room smelled of coconut, peaches, and pears. There were splashes of silver and flashes of gold, and Jessica Jane did suddenly behold a shimmery fairy in an apple-green dress, the prettiest and cutest she had to confess. You're not Sugar Plum Fairy, she gasped in a whisper. No, I'm 5-a-day Fairy, her healthy young sister. Oh, 5-a-day Fairy, I'm so sick of sweets, and fudges and toffees and sweet sticky treats. My tummy's so owie, my toothy pegs ache. How I long for an orange instead of a cake, said 5-a-day Fairy. Please don't take the blame. Don't worry your pretty head, Jessica Jane. You thought your life dull and so incomplete, but candies and pudding don't make this life sweet. For the sweet things in life are friendship and fun. They're fresh air and nature and the warmth of the sun. They're not candy-coated or wrapped up as sweets. They're kindness and love and the fresh food we eat. So breathe in the sweetness, dear Jessica Jane. Run in the wind, be refreshed by the rain. But remember, she added with a twinkly smile, treats are just fine every once in a while. Farewell, 5-a-day, sobbed Jessica Jane. I'm feeling so sad. Will I see you again? Oh, yes, she replied. On your birthday each year, the sun will turn silver and then will appear. But our magical visit will have to be earned. If you're not sweet and kind, we will never return. And with a wave of her hand and a silvery swish, she flew out the window, blowing Jessica a kiss. So Jessica Jane now understood. She promised her fairies that she would be good. She ate all of this and she ate all of that. She never got mad or threw beans at the cat. Said her mom to her dad, do you think this will last? Are her days of being grounded all in the past? And on Jessica's chart full of stars that she'd earned, she'd marked off the days till her fairies returned. On the day she turned 6, the 10th of July, a silvery sun danced across a blue sky. Jessica woke to the sound of the birds. Happy birthday to you was the song that they chirped, and the air was so fresh with a honey mint breeze. There were green shiny apples on tall toffee trees, and in clouds of meringue someone spelled out her name. Happy birthday to you, sweet Jessica Jane. And then the sky shimmered with raspberry rain. Oh, thank you, dear fairies, shrieked Jessica Jane. For flying in the clouds, much to her delight, was Sugar Plum Fairy in a pink spinning light. Then 5-a-day followed as Jessica wished, with a fizz and a flash and a spin and a swish, cried Jessica Jane. Now my birthday's complete. It's a Sugar Plum party with 5-a-day treats. Said Sugar Plum Fairy, we're here for a day. Then the spell will be broken. We must go away. If we don't keep our promises, Jessica Jane, our magical powers are never the same. Then she gave her a butterfly kiss on her cheek and placed birthday gifts at Jessica's feet. There's Krispy Kreme donuts just for a start, and caramel muffins and toffee fudge tarts. Wait, laughed 5-a-day. Just take it easy. You know too much sugar can make you feel queasy. A few birthday cakes and sweet goodies are fine, but remember this 5-a-day basket of mine. There's crunchety carrots and honeydew melon, and freshly made smoothies with orange and lemon. I've salad so yummy with nuts and with raisins, and my cucumber sandwiches taste so amazing," said 5-a-day Fairy. "We have a surprise, but Jessica Jane, you must first close your eyes. Then we'll fly you with friends to a place far away, where mermaids they swim and unicorns play. It's a magical kingdom way up in the clouds, but it's only for children, so we're not allowed," said Sugar Plum. "Now we must both disappear, and you know we'll come back for your birthday next year," cried Jessica Jane. "I don't understand. How can we get to this magical land? It's so far away I can't jump that high. Why, even my apple tree can't reach the sky," said Sugar Plum Fairy. "Please do not fear. Just think of 3 friends, and then they'll appear." And suddenly Rosie and Franca and Claire were right by her side, wondering how they got there. So Jessica hugged her 2 fairies goodbye, and pink and green glitter tears fell from her eyes. Said Sugar Plum, "Here is your last birthday wish," and they both waved their hands with a silvery swish, and all of a sudden the fairies had gone, and through a pink mist soared a beautiful swan, the biggest and prettiest they'd ever seen, with rich satin feathers of emerald green. "You're the size of my garden," cried Jessica Jane. "Oh, but so much more pretty than a boring old plane." "Hold on," said the swan. "Don't be scared, you'll be fine. We're flying through the heavens all the way to Cloud 9. Then hundreds of fireflies in pink, blue, and white lit up a path like a ribbon of light. And the children all screamed, 'Oh, wow, this is fun!' But their magic adventure had only begun. They flew to a candy floss world in the skies, with marshmallow mountains and blue butterflies. There were unicorn rides across silvery sands, and they swam with the mermaids to undersea lands. They ran and they jumped across lemonade ponds. They conjured up spells with their own magic wands. And Jessica gathered wild flowers with her friends. For the minute they picked them, they grew back again. And there at the top of a tall lilac tree, they picnicked with monkeys and mauve chimpanzees. And the parrots told jokes and they laughed till they cried. "I could live here forever," young Jessica sighed. And tiny gold fairies the size of their hands taught them to fly off to faraway lands, where Jessica played hide-and-seek with her friends, but she knew that the magic would come to an end. Then a ribbon of fireflies lit up the skies, and Jessica knew it was time for goodbyes, and the beautiful swan of emerald green soared down to Cloud 9, such a wonderful scene. "It's time to return, dear Jessica Jane, but your journey back home won't be the same." They took off with a whoosh, oh what a ride, and landed on top of a chocolate milk slide. It swept down from the heavens like a huge waterfall, but none of the girls were frightened at all. Then quick as a flash, they're at home on the grass. "Whatever just happened?" young Franca had asked. "I haven't a clue, but I know we had fun," said Rosie. "Did we fall asleep in the sun?" "Well, I can't remember, but my sides are so sore from laughing so much," said Claire. "I want more." Soon the party was over. Her friends had to leave. Jessica smiled as she pulled from her sleeve a beautiful feather in emerald green, the prettiest feather she ever had seen. She remembered the unicorn rides in the sand, and tiny gold fairies tickling her hand. She remembered the picnic on top of the tree and swimming with mermaids under the sea. Then Sugar Plum's voice, it sang through the breeze. "Sweet Jessica Jane, I hope you are pleased with your magical birthday you had on Cloud 9. Your friends won't remember, but that is just fine. They'll remember the laughter, the fresh air and fun, and that's what's important when all's said and done. So be good and be healthy, Jessica dear. We'll be back on your birthday. We'll see you next year." That night before bedtime, this also is true. Jessica found silver sand in her shoes, and there by her side was her last birthday present, both naughty and yummy and really quite pleasant. A big toffee apple, shiny and bright, pink on the left and green on the right. and a flower from Cloud 9 that she'd picked with her friends. She'll plant it tomorrow, then pick it again. The end.
Like this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe. See you next week!